The other day I had a fantastic day out with Bruce. We were down at a Hutong in South Beijing near Tiananmen Square. You should watch that video, I'll leave a link up here. It was one of my most enjoyable days out with Bruce. Quite noisy here, so I hope you can hear me. I will share a link also in the description box below. One of the top things about being on YouTube music is when you share experiences and then other people leave comments, and in doing so they often make some amazing suggestions. And I'm not talking about the hateful comments where people make them rude suggestions to moi. Nah, these haters, funny people that lot, they're always hating, and often they're hating from a position of their own ignorance to their own predicament. Someone left a comment on that video that I just talked about, and they said to me that I should come and visit this place where I am now. And that comment really caught my attention because I thought, that looks interesting. I need to go there, because when I checked online, there were camels, cats and coffees, and apparently a small, smart little area for me to walk around. So join me as I hop on the old metro across town and explore this area. Yeah. The comment section on YouTube is much better than, say, Twitter or X, whatever it's known, because the comments actually make sense and you don't have to wade through a whole lot of crap to get to the gist of what people are saying, whether that be feedback or whatever. Twitter for me, or X, is actually the Wild West of social media. As an example, I was watching some YouTube stuff just the other day about the forced sale of TikTok, and there is a lot more to that than meets the eye. And I seen a comment in the TikTok video that I was looking at that said the largest oil refinery in the USA is owned by Saudi Arabia. And I thought, is that true? Turns out it is. It's in Texas and it's owned by Saudi Arabia. It's always interesting to read the comments. The comment that was left on that last video recommended this place. It's a place called Mushiukou. And they said that I've just got to come out here and visit a place called Dao. I think that's what it's called. And again, another fantastic local Hutong area. And so today, on a bright and breezy, beautiful sunny Wednesday morning, that's exactly where I find myself. So I found camels outside in here in this glass case. I am thinking that camels are important to this area, but I'm not sure why that is the case. So I need to do some digging, some research. But it's interesting. Not sure at all why camels are here, but it makes for good attractions for me to explore. So I managed to work out what the camels are. They're a reference to a famous book called Camel Shaanxi. It's written by someone who's a famous writer here called Lao Shi. And it's a story about a young lad, a patriotic story of a boy called Shaanxi, name in the title. He moves from the countryside to Beijing and he works hard, tries to make his fortune, and after many struggles, personal challenges, he then saves up some money to buy his own rickshaw. One day though, he is robbed and imprisoned by some soldiers, but he escapes, and when he escapes the army barracks, he steals or takes 3 camels, I think it's 3 camels, and he then takes it back to this village here somewhere in this district, I think it's here, hence the camels, and he sells the camels and recoups his money. And the whole story is kind of a reflection of the struggles of China and China's youth of that day. I think that's the story. Anyway, I'll keep researching. You see a lot of anti-China videos talking about housing being built to nowhere or metro stations being built with links to nowhere, houses being built for nothing, no reason. But one of the things that I've learned from my time living in China is that things are not built with a 2 or 4 year forward plan, like say in the West, where any plan is based on the need to win elections, or they often revolve around a political term for the incoming or outgoing elected official, or even their financial backers. This Western approach often leads to a sort of do nothing approach, or do something but spend big and get nothing actually for it. So an example of this Western approach where nothing actually gets done is seen right now in New York City. New York City is in desperate need of upgrading its sewer system, and they've known this for years, but they just won't do it. Why won't they do it? Well, it will cause so much upset to the traffic, business would lose money, and then at the end of it all, what do you actually have that's visible for the residents to see? They wouldn't appreciate it, nothing's been built, it's all hidden. So the mayor, he just kicks that can further down the road for the next elected official to deal with, or in some cases, most cases, not to deal with. In China it's different. Things are built maybe for a 10, 15 or even a 50-year future outlook. And that is something you've got to understand, especially if you're watching some of these videos on YouTube that talks a lot about things being built for no reason, or being built to nowhere, like a metro station. So what you have here in this place called Mushiukou is a small local area that has been built up over time, new housing, etc. Improved local amenities, this lovely walk street, which actually has been here for a long time, come back to that. But this area is now benefited more because the city metro line has also been extended so that it reaches this far out of the city into the more rural areas. That for me is excellent town planning that has probably been in the development plan for years, all built piece by piece over a number of years, and then it all falls into place to make a terrific little place, area like this for people to come and visit. What's not to like about that? You can imagine how busy this will be at the weekend, especially as the good weather comes in for the spring. People will be pouring out of Beijing city coming here at the weekend. So although I'm walking up and down that street that I've just shared with you and it looks nice and calm, I can imagine at the weekend it is heaving with people, and there's a lot of coffee shops, restaurants and so on that tells me that business is good. So this is a bit like I suppose if you're in Glasgow, heading out of Glasgow into Mulgai town centre or something like that, Bearsden, or some of these other sort of towns that dot around any city, I think in the UK, and the same most likely in the US or elsewhere. So it's a very nice pleasant trip to come out here and have a look around. I'm going to go up to the temple now and have a look, see what that's like. So I tell you what, I wish you could have seen that. We were inside where the ancient murals were and they made us wear a mask. I wasn't allowed to take a camera or phone in with me. Had some covers for my feet and they showed us the ancient 600-year-old wall paintings, murals, and it was outstanding. They were shining a torch up and you could see where it was all embossed and stuff. I'm sure someone else can inform us of more of the background and the details below, but it was fantastic. It's very peaceful here, so I don't want to raise my voice, but that was outstanding. I recommend that, the Fahe temple, amazing. You know, I've just been thinking there, and I've been everywhere in this city last week and this week, been in a number of different Hutongs out late at night, and I'm not sure if I would get the same feeling of safety if I was somewhere else. I mean, I'm kind of in people's neighbourhoods, walking about with a camera and so on, and if I was in London or New York or somewhere else, would I be safe just wandering around into the city neighbourhoods and just photographing and video and stuff? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, but I can tell you something. I am super safe when I'm doing that here in Beijing. And every time I get lost in some of these areas, people are always stepping forward to make sure I'm okay, want to help. And that is what China is all about. And don't let anybody tell you any different. Trust me, I've been here for 8 years. Don't believe the other nonsense that you hear elsewhere. I'm going to head back down off this amazing, beautiful, stunning temple. So let me tell you a little bit about Mushiukou. It was an important town in West Beijing during the Ming and the Qing dynasties in ancient China. The street was actually paved with stone slabs, which was unusual for that time. And it was also a very important trading road leading into the capital city, and it had a very great, strong strategic importance because it connected the capital city in the east to some of the ethnic minorities in the west. The area still reflects the original layout of the town, and there are many old and new attractions to see and experience if you do make the journey here. It was also one of the first areas in Beijing to have electricity, and in recent years it's received a lot of investment. I think you can see that, and it has become a big tourist attraction. In 2022 the area actually held the Welcome to the Winter Olympics festival to recreate the old days of what's called the Tuling Ancient Path, which is the ancient trading road I mentioned a second ago. Mushiukou is close to the actual Winter Olympic Park. I've shared that on a previous video, so if you want to see that you can go to my channel, maybe I'll link it up there. I think this area may have been hit by some of the flooding that landed and affected Beijing last year. So again, I made a video on that, but it is good to see that this area is getting back to some normality, because I think you will agree it is a very beautiful area, lovely little town. So anyway, this is me, Ian, here in Beijing, heading back, wishing you all the best, take care of yourself, look after your family, look after your community, and as always, you know me, peace out. I will catch you in another video.